Good evening, and welcome to the April 10th, 2025 city public hearing of the city manager's recommended operating budget for fiscal year 2026. As a reminder, tonight's hearing is a continuation of the public hearing from Tuesday, April 8th, 2025. At this time, I have a motion to excuse Councilman Colvin from this meeting.
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. Please open the vote. Please on the iPads. I think it's going to be pulling up. Call the roll.
Councilwoman Vick,
4.
Vice Mayor Bethany,
4.
Councilman Ely,
4.
Councilman Harris,
4.
Mayor Jones,
4.
Councilman Long.
4.
Waiting on a vote.
B2. Did your thing open up? No.
I think we still have an error, so we're going to go ahead and just keep pushing.
Okay,
Just do a roll call, please.
Motion carries 6-0.
Thank you. As a reminder, citizens are allowed to speak only once on any single topic over the 2-day public hearing. We have a 3-minute light system. After stating your name and address, you'll see a green light appear. After 2 minutes, you will see a yellow light. After 3 minutes, you will see a red light. At that time, please take your seat. Additionally, written remarks may be handed to the city clerk to be made a part of the record. The city code identifies the procedure for participation regarding items on tonight's agenda, provides the opportunity for citizens to talk to council. At this time, please silence your phone. We will now move directly to public comments for the continued public hearing. Before we start, we're going to, City Attorney, we're going to go ahead and knock out these disclosures. I will start first. I, Philip Jones, have a personal interest in the consideration and adoption of the fiscal year 2026 operating budget, as my wife is an employee of Riverside Health, which is a business affected by this transaction. However, I am not disqualified from participating in this transaction. My signed declaration is on file with the city clerk. At this time, we'll have the vice mayor go.
I, Curtis D. Bethany III, have a personal interest in the consideration and adoption of the FY2026 operating budget, as I am an employee of Ferguson Enterprises, which is a business affected by the transaction. However, I am not disqualified from participating in the transaction. My signed written declaration is on file with the city clerk.
Thank you. And we'll go to the left.
I, Marcellus L. Harris III, have a personal interest in the consideration and adoption of the fiscal year 2026 operating budget, as my wife is a member of the Newport News School Board, and I am an employee of the Bethea Family Foundation, both of which may be affected by the transaction. However, I am not disqualified from participating in the transaction. My signed written declaration is on file with the city clerk.
Thank you. We'll go Councilman Ely, and then we'll go.
I, John R. Ely III, have a personal interest in the consideration and adoption of the FY 2026 operating budget, as I receive a salary from the What's Next for Success Foundation, which is a business affected by the transaction. However, I'm not disqualified from participating in this transaction. My signed written declarations are on file with the city clerk.
Thank you.
I, Cleon M. Long, have a personal interest in the consideration and adoption of the fiscal year 2026 operating budget, as my wife is an employee of Newport News Public Schools. However, I am not disqualified from participating in the transaction. My signed written declaration is on file with the city clerk.
Thank you. City Attorney, are we good?
You're good.
Okay, thank you. At this time, are there any speakers? I see we have 5 speakers. I will call in the order they appear. Marshall Morgart, and then William Massey. Good evening, sir.
Marshall Morgart, 205 Bruton Avenue, Newport News. I usually don't come to these things, but ever since COVID, I don't know if anybody else here is aware of it, but there's been a lot of inflation going on. And it's caused property values to be inflated. Mine personally have gone up from 2019 till now over 35%, which was from $1,800 to $2,800. Now I'm on a fixed income, I'm retired. Now, I don't see any decrease in the rates, and people have to get at some point some kind of relief for these property taxes. It's not just property taxes, and your car insurance up 30%. Homeowners insurance up 35%. At some point, we got to say, hey, how about giving the people a little bit of relief? You guys are the ones that got to do that. And I was hoping I wouldn't have to come here. You just do it for me automatically. but I don't see it happening. So maybe somebody has to think, okay, I can't stop the values from going up, but I can decrease the rate. So why don't we do that? Is there anybody in here that wants their rate to be decreased because they can't help their value from going up? I'm pretty sure everybody in here. So I'd appreciate it. You know, you guys are here to serve us, help us, represent us. So how about looking at that? Considering people need some relief. You guys have got properties, you know. So why don't we do it? What's the problem? That's it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Bill Massey. And then Kate.
Good evening. I'm Bill Massey. I'm CEO of the Peninsula Agency on Aging, and our offices are located at 739 Thimble Shoals Boulevard. PAA serves older adults age 60 plus and family caregivers here in the city. Typical client is someone in their mid to late 70s, usually female, living alone and at or below the poverty level. So we're targeting a group that is very precarious and really needs from time to time assistance. We provide an array of services. Core services are Meals on Wheels, non-emergency medical transportation, care coordination, information referral, and in-home care. Newport News has provided financial support for the 50-plus years that our organization has been in operation, and we're very appreciative of that. We're also thankful to be included in the city manager's recommended budget for FY2026. We did ask for a little more, but we are very appreciative of what's in the budget. PAA does see a need to elevate older adults and aging services as a priority for the city. There are currently 34,765 Newport News residents over the age of 60, and 4,625 live at or below the poverty level. And of that 34,000 plus that are over 60, 5,500 are over the age of 80. And they are a group that typically requires more support to stay in their homes and communities. More money is always nice to address unmet needs, but there are other ways the city can support its older citizens. The Peninsula Community Foundation published a report in January of 2025 titled Serving an Older Peninsula, and many of you are aware of and have been briefed on that report, and it's important as a guide to addressing the evolving needs and challenges of the growing older adult population in Newport News. Peninsula Agency on Aging and I look forward to working with you to find ways to assure quality of life for all of our citizens. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kate Helwig. And then Sarah Messer-Smith.
Greetings, Mayor Joan, Vice Mayor Bethany, Council Members Vick, Ely, Harris, and Long. I'm Kate Helwig. I'm the Executive Director of Sister Cities Newport News. Sister Cities is the international arm of the City of Newport News. We manage the official partnerships established by City Council. We execute community programs to enrich, educate, and engage the community on all things international. Our nonprofit has over 300 members, all who have a passion for the world's peoples and cultures. Our members are as diverse as the city we represent. Some are homegrown Newport News natives, others are internationals, expats assigned here by their bosses to work at our city's largest international firms like Canon and Liebherr. We have retired and active military members who have traveled the world, new immigrants, local entrepreneurs, retirees, artists, and university students. We have 1.4 thousand followers on Facebook. We touch thousands of citizens at festivals held throughout the city and via programs hosted at our donated office, City Space, located in City Center, Oyster Point. I'm here to thank you for including Sister Cities in your 2026 Community Support Agency grant program. These funds produce a tremendous return on the investment. With your support, a single-staffed nonprofit like ours has the ability to leverage and engage citizen volunteers to educate numerous programs aligned with and in support of the city's strategic initiatives. Initiatives like Goal 1, which is to call for strengthening education and providing access to learning for all residents. Goal 4, which calls for fostering opportunities for enrichment of the city's residents through art and culture and recreation. Goal 5, which calls for cultivating welcoming communities, and even Goal 7, which calls for practices to improve our overall health and well-being in the community by encouraging use of specially designed sidewalks, shared paths, and bicycle lanes that connect neighborhoods and reduce traffic. And while you think the last one might be a stretch, it actually really isn't. In keeping with this objective, Sister Cities is partnering with our German sister city, Greifswald, to cycle concurrently from May 1st through the 21st in city cycling, a European campaign designed to promote cycling, protect the climate, and improve the quality of life for all the citizens in our municipalities. I'm proud to say that Newport News is the first U.S. city participating in city cycling, but hopefully not the last. Towns and cities large and small across the U.S. have sister city programs. Some have a single international partner, while others like Chicago have 29. While I don't think Newport News will ever have 29 sister cities, we are exploring new partnerships in Malawi and Australia, all with the goal of enriching lives and connecting Newport News. I hope you are proud of the team of volunteers who bring these programs to our community, and I thank you again, and most importantly, for your leadership.
Thank you, ma'am. Sarah Messersmith, and then Justin Kennedy, and then Lonnie Colson.
Good evening. My name is Sarah Messersmith, 524 J. Clyde Morris Boulevard. Mayor Jones, Vice Mayor Bethany, council members, thank you very much for letting me speak this evening. I work in the City of Newport News, and I serve as the president of the Board of Trustees at the Virginia Living Museum. I grew up enjoying the museum. I volunteered there in high school, and now years later, my family and my young son attend regularly and love to bring visitors to the museum with us. The Virginia Living Museum is a leader in natural living exhibits. Native Virginia mammals, marine life, reptiles, amphibians, birds, plants, and planets are presented in natural ecosystems in a way that connects people to nature. Accredited by both the Association of Zoos and Aquariums and the American Alliance of Museums, the museum's high standards are its hallmark, as only 14 institutions share this designation in the country. Community volunteers outnumber staff by approximately 7-to-1 for incredible mission delivery. Thank you for including the museum in the annual budget. City support for the museum is reinvested in the community in many ways. The museum creates a vibrant environment showcasing our region's quality of life as an exciting and attractive place to live and work, a center of culture and education with many social and recreational opportunities. The museum supports school systems by educating students in the vital area of science education. The museum generates revenue by bringing in visitors, which increases consumer spending with local businesses, helping them succeed and grow. The museum supports workforce development, training over 600 volunteers each year, helping grow skills and abilities for local businesses. The museum is growing for our community. We offer free and reduced admission days to all residents of Newport News so everyone can enjoy the museum. We participate in the Museums for All initiative, supporting access for our neighbors with SNAP benefits. We just opened our cafe with award-winning partner Satay and Chef Kyle Folks. We expanded our campus with the addition of a wild care center, our transparent veterinary hospital and nutrition center for educational guest experiences. A strong peninsula depends on a healthy quality of life for all citizens, and a strong, healthy planet depends on education. The Virginia Living Museum inspires guests and students to participate in natural science and build their careers right here on our peninsula. Thank you for your service to our city and for strengthening our community through a unique asset like the Virginia Living Museum.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Justin Kennedy, and then Lonnie Colson.
Good evening, Council. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Justin Kennedy. I'm representing the Kennedy firm, 439 Woodbrook Run, and also some of our seniors over 65 years old in this community. I started off actually doing a project on our homelessness issue here in the city, and I had the opportunity to interview a few people during that process. And I came to find out that some of the people that I interviewed, at least 3 people in particular, lost their homes. Basically, they had homes that were bought maybe at the $75,000 to $100,000 range, and now they're assessed. They got priced out of their assessment, and then they ended up, losing their homes and ended up being homeless. So I was surprised that this was more than one occurrence that I was hearing these stories. And so they asked me to come before you today to just ask 2 questions. I know today might not be the right time for you to answer them, but their first question was, if you have over $200,000 worth of assets, and at the time they did, what can the city do to help people that are in their particular situations? And then secondly, many of the people that I talked to that were over 65, as much as I love technology, they say that we aren't reaching them using technology. So they wanted to say, for the resources that we do have, what can we do to make sure that they get the information that they need? And that's what they asked me to come before you today.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And before Mr. Lonnie Colson comes up, I would just say thank you to our communications team. I know what we're doing now is not just relying on legacy media or the internet, but actually doing direct-to-mail. So we started doing direct-to-mail this cycle, and I'm sure it's going to continue on as well. Lonnie Colson.
Good evening to everyone.
Good evening.
And I'd like to just thank you for all that you do for the city and for all of us. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I am the 3rd person to stand before you tonight to say something about the elderly and property taxes. I have lived here in this city for over 45 years. And the property taxes, I believe, is going to put a lot of our citizens out of their homes. And it's not going to be that far off. I think it's unfair. When I've spoken to elected officials from City Hall to Richmond, the one thing that I keep hearing is that your home is an investment. Well, my 401k does not need a roof now and then. You see, it's not an investment. And it's painful to hear someone say something about something that we've worked so hard for and trying to maintain. If I say that I've lived here for over 45 years, I would like to see the city really look at those people that's been in these homes all these periods of time and see if there's something that we can do to put these increase of property values on sort of a downward scale. If nothing else, if you can't do that, simply speak to somebody on our behalf and say, you've heard concerns, and we think that it's unfair. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, sir. Miss Sharon Scott, I just saw her in the back. She's the last one, so I'll pause. I just saw her. Chief, you could go get her. I think she went to the left, but. We'll give it 30 seconds. Actually, I think this is maybe a good time during the break. Mr. Manager, I know we have a lot of, whether it's veteran exemptions or elderly, is now a good time to talk about some of the options, or perhaps a second option would be, if you look at, I know yesterday or Tuesday we talked about to the city assessor about if they want to make an appointment and see if their home is valued too high. Could you just speak to that, please?
Yes. Yesterday after noon, during our regularly scheduled City Council work session, we had an opportunity to receive a briefing from our city assessor's office. And while I did hear the concern about access to information being sometimes limited to electronic or digital means, those individuals who do have access to the video recordings of our work sessions and our city council meetings can go back and review and hear the presentation that was provided. I don't know that the information is necessarily going to make you any more comfortable, but it does provide you with an overview of the city's assessment process, and the appeal process is also discussed for those individuals who wish to have communication with the assessor's office about their assessment rate. And it was made clear that the staff welcomed that opportunity to have an exchange with the residents here in the community, and they often view it as an exchange that's both helpful for the staff to participate in and sometimes very helpful for the residents to be able to have that kind of dialogue with our city staff. So there's an overview of that conversation and the appeals process that is out there, and certainly I would encourage you that if you do have those kinds of questions and you would like to schedule time with city staff for a better understanding or simply to have the opportunity to review your assessment, you can make an appointment or simply stop by and have that conversation, and we welcome that kind of interaction. And secondly, you'll hear more about one of the proposals in the recommended operating budget, which is to provide additional tax relief to individuals who qualify. We're raising the threshold that would allow those who perhaps didn't qualify under the former criteria to take a second look at whether or not they would qualify under the new guidelines that we're rolling out as a part of next year's operating budget. So those are two opportunities that may provide you with additional insight and perhaps an opportunity that you may have overlooked in the past.
Thank you, I appreciate that. And perfect time, Ms. Sharon Scott, the last one.
Good evening, Honorable Council, Mr. Mayor, Vice Mayor, City Clerk, City Attorney, and everyone here tonight. I'm just always happy to be here in Denby when the meeting comes here, so I'm sorry, every time I go to the restroom, y'all call me, so I'm happy to do something about that. Depends, I don't know. But anyways, I just wanted to just thank you all for all of the deliberations you're doing on the budget this time. And some of my concerns are still the same. Of course, I haven't seen where the pool for this very nice facility is on the agenda or CIP, but I hope you all will keep it in mind as we go forward. I know we're doing something at Turnberry, at the New Haven, but I still think the pool here is important. So I just want y'all going forward to just keep it in the front of your mind. I know money is tight, and the city is trying to do a lot of things across the city for all the districts. Also, being a senior myself, I can identify with what some of the seniors are saying about the increase in the real estate taxes. And for me, it doesn't negatively impact me because I'm trying to sell my property, but I am sympathetic to those who are not trying to sell their properties. And some of them bought their properties 40 years ago when they were working, and they may have bought for $100,000, and today that same property is worth $300,000. So I know we are trying to do some things. Councilman Coleman, the last meeting I was at, mentioned some things he was trying to do, but I just want to encourage y'all to do more. And more importantly, whatever initiatives you already have in place, if we could find some way to get that out to the public a little bit more. A lot of the seniors that I've talked to, the ones especially over 70, 80, they say they don't do social media. So I don't know what else we can do, but the water bill, maybe, some way to get that information out to them. So that's all I have today. Thank you for your service.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Call the roll then.
Councilwoman Vick? 4. Vice Mayor Bethany?
4.
Councilman Ely?
4.
Councilman Harris?
4.
Mayor Jones?
4.
Councilman Long.
4.
Motion carried, 6-0.
Thank you. If there's no further business, we stand adjourned.